Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Hello.
What up, though?
Welcome back, everybody, to the Have Marci on Us podcast show.
Hey,
we got
girl.
some. Hey, Alita girl, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm going to use this few little seconds to send the link out to all my favorite people.
Welcome these folks on in.
Yeah, you can send that out too. Good Monday, everyone. Good Monday. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you all had a lovely weekend. How are you? How are you, Mark? We had a eventful weekend.
Yes, we did.
What
I
y'all
am feeling great. I'm feeling great. Well, it was another pop-up event. Lisa Carter, one of a good friend of mine, good business partner that I know has been networking with us for the last couple of months. Had a real good pop-up event, real big pop-up event Saturday, this past Saturday. So, we was out there set up with the tent again, showing out.
All right.
The beautiful tent.
Yes. And then, networking as usual. You know what I mean? Just networking. I still got food in the fridge from the...
You didn't say snacks.
No, there's like a plate. It's not like nothing to share.
We had food. I had the biggest egg roll I ever had in my life.
That was an egg roll?
It was an egg roll, chicken bacon ranch egg roll, stuffed to capacity.
How was the taco egg rolls? Did you taste what the taco egg rolls?
Taco egg rolls. They had taco egg rolls. I feel like Detroit is rivaling China or as far as egg rolls.
You know how y'all get me to these events? Y'all post all the food vendors and their menus. That's how you get me out. That's how you get me
You didn't
there.
even come to ours. We had 2 barbecue vendors.
Did you post that the barbecue vendors were there? Yes or no?
Yes. The
When?
flyer had that. Flyer
I
had
didn't
all
see
of
that.
it. Okay, well then I was.
Did you post the menu?
It's not mine. It's not mine.
Did the barbecue people post a plate that says, "This is what I got right now. Come get it"?
On the grill.
Okay, because those are the things that get me there. I'm just saying.
All
Listen,
right.
I be in the house.
You just wait till July 29th, 2023.
God,
okay.
dog, we
that's
ain't
a
even
whole
made
other-
it to.
I know, right? See, I'm putting
Okay,
the date out there.
way
Want
to
everybody
be
to
ahead
know.
of the game, Mark.
Way ahead of the game.
Wow, I don't even.
Y'all heard
think
that?
far.
July
Say it
29th?
again.
July 29th, 2023, 7 Mile Radio is doing another pop-up event, and it's going to be big as hell. So if you ever thought about starting a business, start it now so you can be ready by next year.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking about bringing your food, put your menu up there, and I'll be there.
If you got food, definitely put it on there.
I'm
So,
just saying.
speaking of Detroit and its events, today's topic is called Shot Spotter.
Shot spotter. So, are we talking about basketball?
No.
Shooters gonna shoot.
I like that one.
Or are you talking about knowing how to spot when somebody is shooting a shot?
Oh, I never know when somebody's shooting a shot at me. I always be
So
like,
you're
wait,
not a good shot spotter.
You're not
I'm
a
not.
good.
I'm not. I'd be like, wait, you was flirting with me?
You had no idea.
Say swear.
You know why? Because you play too much. You think there's somebody playing all the time.
I do. And I do. I'd be like, we just kikiing. What are you talking about? Shot spotter. Tell me more.
So, Shot Spotter, it is an acoustic sensor system. So, it's a sensor system that goes based on sound that determines where gunshots are being fired from. That's set up for the downfall of many people. Michelle Pearson, if you know what I'm talking about, then I think you have a point there. Absolutely, that's a large part of what's going on here.
So let me make sure I'm understanding correctly, because it's after my bedtime. This is technology that can spot a shooting. They can say, hey, a shooting just happened
Right here.
right
So what
here.
are they
go to
going to
that
do on the
location.
4th of July in Detroit? That thing going to go crazy.
I was going to say that because Detroit, well, we fire off all kind of stuff throughout the year. We like
I'm about to
M80s
say
weekly.
4th of July, like the month of July.
So what are they going to say? Cannon launching on 7 Mile and Evergreen. Like, what are you going to say? So specifically, a shot spotter is a gunshot detection technology that uses sophisticated acoustic sensors to detect, locate, and alert law enforcement agencies and security personnel about illegal shootings. And the supposed biggest benefit to this is that it will that people aren't calling the police. They're saying the biggest benefit is that it's going to notify police in case people don't call they mentioned something about certain areas in
So if
Detroit.
I go out the house like with a bag, right? Poof!
yeah,
It's gonna set the shot spotter off, right? If it's loud enough, or if I'm close enough to it. And now I got the police pulling up to my house, like, "Oh yeah, you fired off a round. Let me check your guns."
how about it? The shot spotter is going to, here's how it works. It's going to, the artificial intelligence of it, yes, they do use AI, is going to notify the shot spotter call center where they have human analysts who determine whether this shot is in fact a gun or not. So at that point, the person, the human analyst, is going to tell the police, or what they call their client, which is their clients are police departments across the U.S. and some worldwide. They're going to notify them. It's going to show up on the map. A little dot is going to show up where the shooting happened, and the 911 the 911 people are going to know, or they can tell the police, or it might show up to like a cop's phone.
A cop's phone, his
They
personal.
use, I guess their work phone or something. This is able to show up on a cop's phone. So it supposedly gives a precise location on the map.
Michelle says that's not true. Michelle says that they got one on her block, and when the house got shot up, the cops was acting lost. So it must not be as precise as they trying to make it
It's
seem.
not that precise. It's about I think when I heard on TV, the cops said about 100 yards, within 100 yards of when it happened. That's definitely very vague. So yes, Michelle, you are correct. So when they say precise, that's why I have it in quotes in my notes. Precise.
Allegedly.
So they're able to tell you the number of rounds, a quote unquote, the address, like Michelle said, barely, and how many rounds fired and the type of gun fired. If they can determine what kind of gun this is. So
You know what's crazy though? This is not a new technology, right? Because I remember when they first rolled this out in the city, right here on the east side. One of the first places they had on the east side is
Near
on
Grosse Pointe.
8 Mile and Gratiot.
so Detroit has 2 areas covered with shot spotter right now. Some area on the east side near Grosse Pointe and the 7 Mile and Evergreen area. So we currently have 2 shot spotting areas. It's used in 85 cities around the U.S. apparently, and there's one city in South Africa, Cape Town, who is also using it. So they're claiming that this is going to highly aid in gun prevention, and that's a total lie. So they're claiming to use it in different types of cities in the matters of size, geography, and socioeconomic standards. But what's happening is they're placing the shot spotting technology in predominantly communities of color, communities who are already traumatized by police. So even though they might say, "Oh, we have in all kind of cities," yeah, but you're putting them in the hood. So the problem here is one of the problems here is that Detroit is looking to extend their contract with ShotSpotter. Yes, it's like a subscription, and we already have it. Like we said, we got it in 2020, a 4-year contract for $1.5 million. So they're looking to extend this, and also extend the amount, increase the amount of neighborhoods that this technology is in, costing us about $8.5 million of pandemic relief money. Pandemic relief money. We still not relieved.
We're not relieved at all.
I'm tired.
Here go my question. Cause they put all this technology out. This remind me of the green light. Remember the green light?
Yes.
What? All they do now is they still have the same amount of crime, and I can just see their face clear. Like, oh yeah, I went to school with that kid. Like, it's not doing what they think it's gonna do. It's not deterring. So why are we spending the money there instead of investing in something different?
I bet you it's some shade in the game, for real.
That's how these contracts be popping up. I wonder who behind the contract, and then
who's affiliated with who?
Yeah,
Where's the kickback going?
Somewhere.
So Councilman Waters made the exact point that you just made. Councilman Waters says that they were excited about the green light technology at first, but then they say people are still pulling up to these green light places and they're letting off.
Yeah.
So though they're claiming that this is going to help prevent gun violence, no, we know this is not going to help prevent gun violence. This is actually you're just catching who you You're not catching. There we go. You're barely catching.
It might.
You're just getting video content of the crime to put on the news and make money off of the views of the crime.
That's what the green light actually did.
Yeah, the green light made it harder for families to grieve because they just like, look, what happened to your people while we was watching. The light was on, but this is what happened. That's crazy.
All right, we seen it, but we still didn't catch it.
Still couldn't do nothing about it, but we saw it, and we got a clear picture.
Okay, people are doing all kind of crazy shit under those green lights. So, the reason it's costing so much, so it's going to be about 20 to 25 audio sensors that per square mile. So it's gonna this is a cloud-based subscription for the city. Yes, this is like Detroit renting Netflix, but on some snitch ass shit. A snitching ass Netflix.
Snitch flicks.
Snitch flicks. It's going to cost $65,000 to $90,000 per square mile to maintain, because of course we have to pay Spot Shotter and they have to pay their employees and we have to pay for their cameras.
Yeah, I want to see the list of employees and all everybody that's involved. Cause
I want to research who they are.
Somebody's related to somebody and they making money because I just don't see the point.
This is silly. $10,000 service initiation fee per square mile. So Detroit's trying to increase this to 9 more neighborhoods. This is
and all they gonna do is come on the news and say, hey y'all, we heard it was a shooting, we was on the way, we was looking, but we didn't quite find nobody.
So it's a 24/7 incident review center, like you said, that they screen these incidents and they send them out and say, oh, this happened.
So it's not even real time data.
They're saying real time, but it's not
it
quite.
Happens, and then it gets sent to the center, and then somebody in the center has to say, hey,
oh, that was a real gunshot.
Yeah, that was real. You need to go here. So it's still got time for them to process. And what type of schooling do you have to go to analyze?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Because I can't tell the difference. Am
The
I
school of
a
hard
novice?
knocks.
Hard Glocks, the school of hard Glocks.
Hard Glocks.
And you're telling me, oh, I'm a professional bullet. I'm a professional audio bullet analyst.
Oh,
so
well,
I
yeah,
know.
that maybe I need to sign up for the job then.
So,
Yeah, maybe we all need to go apply just to see what
Just
it's
to
like.
see, because I would like to know. No, that
What are the
sounded like
credentials for that?
fireworks. I would like to put that on my resume. I'm a gunshot analyst.
Gunshot analyst.
I just sit and listen and decide if that's a gunshot.
Professional shot spotter.
What
Human shot
So
spotter.
my question about the we bringing up good points in the chat.
Hey, could you
here,
put the
guys.
phone number on the screen, Mark? Because I have some people that might want to call in.
Most definitely.
There's a individual who is in the not in the running, but leading the campaign against Detroit renewing or extending the Spot Shotter subscription. And I want to hear all the insight that I can about it. All of us need to hear all about it, because this is going to be a complete waste of money, honestly. So
Money that could be used for citizens and homelessness.
let's talk about it. What else could this money really be spent on? Like we know
Reparations.
what it could be spent on. So
Is this technology susceptible to like hacking and stuff like that? It's like you put in this information. Kanika mentioned like on a cloud. Like can't somebody just like hack that, delete some footage? Like I just don't like it at all.
Speaking of that, Kanika,
who said this was a good idea?
we don't even need them to hack into it. The company is shady themselves. There was an incident that was reported as a helicopter. And was changed to gunfire. So these human analysts.
What's going on, caller? Who is this and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Michelle Pearson. I live on 7 Mile in Evergreen. To be exact, I'm on Shasberry.
219, what up?
Y'all. Yeah, I love y'all. And let me tell you, I'm real mad about this Spot Shotter shit. Because
Okay.
them cops only have to have a GED, so we know that they analysts gonna only have to have a GED. And yeah, like the brother on here said, what kind of degree? Hard knocks. Well, I got that degree because I just came home from serving 34 years on a life without parole sentence for a murder I didn't commit. But yet and still, a house 3 doors down from me, that's right across the street from the shot spotter, got shot up. Dude got shot in his neck. He survived, but it took the EMS 30 minutes to get here because they were scared to come in the hood.
Huh.
So
They
what
not
the hell
even doing what they said they gonna do.
Let loose in the hood. They gonna run like they been doing.
So
They not gonna do nothing.
they making it seem like this is gonna be great technology that's gonna really end up saving people. But then when it's time to put it into practice, they showing up late. They showing up lost.
And Tiffany made a point like that. She said, where are all these cops going to be? Who are all these cops that are going to show up to these shootings?
Yeah.
Chicago reported that there were that their cops have been sent on about 60 unnecessary trips per day based on false data.
The Chicago are quitting. The 8th precinct cops down here, not far from me on 7 Mile, is quitting the police force.
Yeah.
I called because I know I can't have a gun, right?
Uh-huh.
My ex-boyfriend pulled up and shot my tires out. They didn't call me until 6 o'clock the next morning. But when my neighbor called and said I had a weapon, I had 6 cars outside my house in a matter of seconds.
Oh, wow.
But see, this shot spotter stuff is set up. And they can take whoever on this line. I don't care because I work with reps and stuff. I'm a community organizer. But to me, it's set up to take black and brown people down more prevalent, more frequently than they have been by any means. They want to decrease our people's population because we one of the strongest races out here. Now we're starting to step up, stand up, and speak up, and they can't deal with it. So let's put these in the hood. It's like we did the liquor stores, and we're going to take them down by any means is how I'm saying.
Just give them another reason, like Chicago reported, gives them another reason to increase or start doing stop and frisk. Hey, you were near the area where gunshots reported. I have a reasonable cause to stop and frisk you. That's what it's given. You're so right, Michelle. Thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome.
You my neighbor.
Am I?
Yes, girl. I stay off Bentler.
Well, maybe I'll run into you one day, and maybe you could come to one of my events, you and your cohorts, and see what we do, because we do rallies at the prison, the one that I was released from. We do rallies at the men's prison.
Yes,
I meet with people with Karen McDonald and all of them to bring our people home.
Yes, ma'am.
Post that info.
Yeah, post your info, because my mom's a block club president over there. You probably get our newsletter. She just sent another one out, so I don't know what side of Evergreen you stay on, but yeah.
I would love to start getting them. So this is my number that I'm calling from. You're more than welcome to call me to get my information.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm definitely going to Facebook you. I'm going to definitely Facebook you.
When she get out of jail. Oh, sorry.
We can link up.
She be in
Thank you so
Facebook
much
jail
for calling.
Yeah, keep doing what y'all doing.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a piggyback on Michelle's point. Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of the stuff that Chicago reported. Y'all giving them excuses to go into these neighborhoods that are already traumatized by police, and they're pulling up wanting smoke already.
Yeah,
they're pulling up aggressive.
And they don't de-escalate anything. They turn up. Then we turned up because we trying to figure out why y'all in our hood acting crazy like this. And now we just got a whole bunch of people turned up for nothing.
Everybody's
Marci,
turned
you gotta
up.
stay out of Facebook jail so that you can connect the people with these
definitely.
events and stuff. Like, we want to know, and you like the dispenser of the information, so you got to make sure that you...
Are y'all scolding me?
No, I'm not scolding you. I'm just encouraging you to make sure that this relevant information gets to us through you and stay out of jail a little bit. That's all.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Holloway.
Okay. Good job.
So not only did Chicago dump shot spotter, Charlotte, North Carolina dumped shot spotter. We got another caller.
What's going on, caller? Who is this and where you calling from?
Good evening, good people. This is Nancy Parker calling from the West Side.
Hey,
Hello, Miss
on,
Parker.
man?
Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Hello. Thank y'all for having this topic tonight. I am a managing attorney at the Detroit Justice Center, one of the folks leading the coalition of community partners. Got my girl Tiffany hitting y'all with the comments.
Yes, thank you so much for participating today. Thank you so much at late notice.
Absolutely not a problem. I appreciate y'all for having this discussion because it's very important. I want to highlight some things. Everything y'all been saying is right on point. And I think what the people need to realize is that the city of Detroit has ulterior motives. Okay, this is not about the safety of the people. What we discovered is that Biden has met with Duggan and mayors across the city and basically instructed folks to use the ARPA dollars for ShotSpotter. Now, like y'all said earlier, like, what is going on? With our research, what we were able to see is that some shareholders of ShotSpotter.
I knew it. I knew it. Sorry, go ahead, Nancy.
It's coming.
Go ahead.
They've donated a lot of campaign dollars to Biden. Okay, so you have shareholders of a company giving money to the president. The president then, in turn, trying to thank them. Right? Certain things don't have to be spoken, but what is understood is understood. So they giving money to Biden. Biden's turning around and saying, hey, hook up my people who are giving money for it. Regardless of the fact.
And this how politics work.
Yep. And then they got more dollars to invest in him in the future.
Mm-hmm.
See how it go?
Yep, it's a circle. That's how they circulate their dollars.
I knew it had to be something because again, it just on the surface level, it doesn't make sense. What they saying that this technology can do, it doesn't seem realistic. So it had to be something involved. That's ridiculous. How can they do that? How can we stop this?
So, question, Nancy. The city council right now, they have yet to vote on the extension. We're still in the 4-year contract, correct?
So, for clarification, they have not voted on the expansion of ShotSpotter. And so I was going to employ everyone listening to get down to city council tomorrow at 10 a.m. Come at 9 a.m. if you can. We're going to be holding a press conference right in front of the Spirit of Detroit. And so it is not too late to tell city council not to expand ShotSpotter throughout the city at $7 million cost. What city council already approved was the continuation of ShotSpotter, which is currently situated in the 8th and 9th precincts.
Right.
So on the far west side and far east side, it's already there. And they approved to keep that going. That's what they approved.
Well,
but even with that, we've been pointing at Chicago, St. Louis, Louisville, cities in Texas, New York. Everyone has been saying this thing does not work, and in fact, folks are pulling out of their contract. Here comes Detroit.
Talking about let's join in.
Let's jump in. Fool, the Bitcoin wave is already gone. Y'all late. You're going to lose all your money. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to get on this thing that doesn't work?
Looking goofy, spending money that we can be invested in anything else.
But like you said, they don't care. They want the money. It's about the money. They're not thinking about the people at all.
Right, exactly. And this is why I want people to hold their city council reps to account. Every person is voting for them. We're putting them in their seats. They're making promises when they're campaigning. And then when we get in those meetings, we have tape looking at us in our face talking about well, my people are calling and they say they want it, so I'm inclined to make this happen. And my response is, you are the one that is sitting with all the data. There's been data from the MacArthur Justice Center, from the Office of Inspector General, from different studies coming out of St. Louis, all over. And our city council people have this information. They know it doesn't work. They know it doesn't work, and they are willing to sell Detroiters out so that they continue to play politics and be in bed with the president. This thing does not work. I have to reiterate. Y'all need to reiterate over and over. This thing does not work. 91% of the time when cops are deployed, there is no evidence of a gun-related crime.
Zero.
91%. Zero. So what does that mean? They are roughing up black folks who are walking down the street trying to just make a living, right?
Yeah.
Ain't involved in no crime, but we're in this neighborhood. Stopping spirits will go up. And I want to highlight something. We talked about fireworks. We popped them off. They will be deployed, not just fireworks, y'all, but car backfiring, loud helicopters, the garbage pickup truck. And I also
construction.
want to make something clear. Construction, right?
Because they doing construction every damn
clear. Yep. This is surveillance. It does 100% pick up conversations.
Wow. I didn't even think about that.
It can record people talking outside, having an argument, talking excitedly. It can pick that up. Now, ShotSpotter will tell you, well, they're not giving that audio to the police department.
But y'all still got the audio somewhere. Yeah, what are you doing with it?
What you doing? We don't have any of this information. You talked about it earlier. The algorithms that they're using is not peer-reviewed. That means other people in this field have not said, yes, this is good, it makes sense, we agree. You have a lady, somebody sitting in a call center, making a guess as to, was that a gunshot or was that a backfire?
Hoping I'm doing the right thing.
With the degree in Glocks.
Exactly. And so I don't want to take up all your time. I want to highlight two things. One, I think folks may have heard the name Adam Toledo, a little teenage boy in Chicago. He got shot and killed because Chicago Police Department were deployed because of ShotSpotter alerts. He did not have a gun. He had his hands up when they rolled up on him, and they gunned down that little brown boy.
Jesus Christ. Already.
boy down.
And then somebody else just spent a year in jail based on the shot spotter, and their case ends up being dismissed because they don't have enough evidence.
Exactly.
They ruin a
And
whole
in that
year of
case-
somebody's life.
And luckily
Correct.
it was just
and
a year.
Mr. Williams is now suing for being wrongfully detained for a whole year. Imagine you were driving by in the area,
Jesus.
and they said, "Oh, you did the crime," and they just book you. This is what has gone on.
How do they keep somebody detained for a whole year?
A whole year sitting in jail on
Their
a murder
system
charge.
is ridiculous.
It will continue to happen.
There was another point you were about to make, Nancy. You said your second point. I'm sorry I cut you off.
Oh, not a problem at all. The second point is we need Detroiters to really call in and say we want true accountability and true safety. Right now, City Council is hiding behind the veneer of all these old people are scared and we need to give them something. We need to give them something. And so we need to let City Council know, no, we don't want a placebo. We don't want something fake that you're giving to us.
We need a
We
real
want
solution.
actual measures to keep us safe. Can you invest
That
in
makes
our
sense.
children? Can we get job programs? Can we get after school
Ooh.
care? Can we get free mental health?
How about it?
Come on now.
Gunned down that brother that was having a mental health episode, and his family, Porterberg, his family called the police because they needed help, and they killed.
You
They
can't call the
killed
police
that
for
black.
help no more. That's got to be the last resort for us. For real.
You know
for
what I'm
real.
saying? That's crazy.
And
It's
sad.
crazy that that's the reality,
Yeah.
man. And when you say that, and people try to rebut it by saying, "Oh, well, you overexaggerate," you don't, man. I try to.
Thank you,
told this-
Nancy. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, Nancy, we appreciate you, and
Thank
make sure you
y'all.
drop that information. I think maybe Tiffany posted it about the rally for tomorrow. You said 10 o'clock,
Yes.
9 o'clock,
Yes,
10 o'clock.
In front of the Spirit of Detroit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. All right, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much.
The press is 9 o'clock. The city council meeting is 10 a.m. If folks can't show up physically, please call in. Please Zoom in and let your voices be heard, because we need to get loud. We've been dealing with this for long enough. We need city council people that actually represent the city, and so this is how we take action and hold them accountable. You're not about to waste $7 million on this mess that does not work.
That doesn't work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling.
All right, y'all have a good night.
You too.
You were about to say
Like,
something?
no, it's just like when you say that to people and they say no, it's almost like they feel like we over exaggerating our situation in our climate that we live in.
Yet we're all
and
saying
I
it.
tried to
Very
explain. I tried to explain to somebody that doesn't live in our area, right? Like you can't tell you're a polar bear. You can't tell a grizzly bear how to live in this climate. You know what I mean? You're not from here. You eat different. You live different. The climate, the weather is all different. Like you can't tell me how to survive where I'm from. You don't know nothing about where I'm from.
And the thing about that is, if you don't know, you don't know, and that's okay. But don't try to make the decisions like you do know. And I think that's where we coming at with this stuff. It's like y'all are making decisions that's not realistic for the people that's in this climate, in
For
this
anyone.
environment. It just doesn't make sense for what we need. Y'all, making your decisions from wherever, from not in the city, and it's hurting people in the city.
And it's not going to be effective. Speaking of, like we said, what we could spend that money on instead, San Antonio decided to get rid of it. They spent $550,000 on this technology, and they only got 4 arrests. And they're deciding to use that money for community engagement.
Good.
That's about the only way you're going to be able to solve a lot of these these problems. So
I agree with mental health services. We really need to
absolutely,
strengthen that.
because that's why a lot of these people are misusing guns anyway.
Yeah.
So like I said, they locked up a guy in Chicago for a year. His whole life was put on hold for a year. Who knows exactly what changed
crazy.
over that year. Like I said, they also sent police on numerous trips. And this is extra money we're spending. Numerous trips that had no result. So the company does have a very tight relationship with the police, and like Nancy explained, now we see why. That Biden shit just threw me the fuck off.
Say them campaign
Yeah,
dollars.
that was some deep info right there.
And
But
it
makes sense.
it answered all our questions.
It did. It absolutely did. And that's when I was like, whoa, because we actually was hinting on all of that in the beginning of the show. And then
we
she
were
called
confused.
in and answered everything that we was questioning about this situation.
Exactly what I wanted her to do. Thank you so much again, Nancy, for calling. And so, like I said, the shade is definitely in the pudding. Kanika, we don't need any scammers because the scammers are in the call center. And they are already tight knit with the police. They said they trust that their clients will give the police will give them complete transparency, as they say they're promising the police the same thing. Yes, we have another caller.
We got a hotline.
What's going on, caller? Who is this and where you calling from?
Hey, this is Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good. Thank you for encouraging me to do this topic today. Tiffany talked to me about this last week, and so I'm glad we're having this discussion.
Absolutely. You're doing a good job, girl.
Oh, thank you, girl.
But yeah, this shit crazy. I've never been like an super outspoken up in front of anybody talking about anything, but this has really got me infuriated.
I can definitely relate to that. Are you going to be at the conference tomorrow? You plan on going to the meeting?
Yeah, I'll be at the rally tomorrow, and I'll be giving public comment at the council meeting as well. And then last week I called in and did public comment over the phone. So when you do join the city council meeting by Zoom, you just raise your hand as soon as you get there. And towards the end of the meeting, they'll call on everyone to give their comments, and then you'll have 1 minute to say your piece.
Okay. So,
And
you're going to put the link to that in the comments, or you already put it in the comments, didn't you?
Yep. I dropped the link. I dropped the flyer to the press conference as well as the city council meeting, and then all of the information to how you can log into the city council meeting if you're going to join virtually.
When you attended that meeting, what was the feel of the councilmen? What just like Nancy said, they're definitely on board for shady reasons, but there was a councilman, Waters, that did speak up and say that this is not what we needed. Do you think that the council in general is like teetering? Like, do you think they're 50-50, or do you think that they're probably going to vote for it? Do you think that they're going to be against it? Like, what feel did you get from them?
So at the last council meeting, no, not the last one, the one before that, they actually went across through each of them, and they talked about if we were to vote today, what would we vote for? And it was split. 4 said that they would vote for it, 4 said that they would vote against it, and then one person didn't say what they were going to do. So I don't know. It's a toss-up. I think a lot of them are bound to that undercover stuff that's going on that we don't see.
Do they share?
Like they need this certain group.
Do they share their reasoning? Like when they say, okay, if I was to vote, I would vote for this. Do they share their thought process behind that, or they just say, this is my vote and that's what it is? Because I want to know what they're thinking behind it.
The ones that were saying that they were voting for it, they all gave these stories about someone who was a victim of gun violence in their area. And that's the reason why they're going to vote for it. But that doesn't make sense because it does not work. Like this tool is being promoted as one that's going to reduce the crime, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it's literally reporting after a crime happens. Like
it's already done.
It's already happened. So I don't see how it's preventing anything. You think the person with the gun is like, oh man, they got the sound system around. I don't know if I
got the spotter.
Let it off right now. They can't see me, but they can hear me.
It's like the bat
signal. They can definitely hear me.
When you see the bat signal in the air, it's like, oh, I can't. Batman's lurking somewhere. I can't do that.
I can't do that.
Man, for sure.
It's definitely.
And we laugh, but this shit is sad as hell.
Yeah,
and we laugh and keep them crying.
Like, right? Exactly. It's
my favorite coping mechanism.
Oh, it was same. At one of the meetings, so it was initially supposed to be covered via ARPA funds, so the COVID relief dollars. And then President Sheffield was like, well, let's look at the DPD budget to see if they can afford to pay for it themselves. And so this guy came on giving all these numbers, some back-of-the-napkin math about how they have 252 job openings at an average salary of $98K or something like that. So they had millions of dollars left in their budget. But then he also made a note that they had $17 million in overtime. If you're already that high in overtime, where are you getting this extra police come to answer these extra calls? I don't understand.
That's really the solid question. The point that you made. Where are the police at that are going to respond to all this?
What happened to just regular patrolling? Don't they?
Exactly.
Don't they? Back in the days before this technology, didn't they just patrol the neighborhoods
and be engaged?
Hello. What do they call it?
Be a part of the community.
Be a part of the community, so that when something goes down, somebody might call you and say, "Hey, it's something going down." But y'all coming in aggressive, of course we don't want to call y'all. But I just feel like once upon a time, somewhere someone was doing something a little bit more right than they doing it now. Not right, but just a little bit more right.
Again, thank you very much for this topic and spark of interest that the city definitely needs to take part in. Tiffany, I think it's your first time calling.
It is.
I told you was gonna do great on here, girl. Now I just gotta work on getting you in the studio.
Come on down. Come on down.
It's been real, Thanks for talking about this. Make sure everybody please call in to the city council meeting tomorrow. Tell them no on ShotSpotter. If you don't do anything else but call in, raise your hand, and say, my name is XXX, please vote no on ShotSpotter. That's all you got to do.
Put the pressure on them.
If you have a little bit more to say, please do that as well.
We gotta put the pressure on.
Make it harder for them to be on some bullshit with us.
You said all they have to do is call in. Is there a number? Do you have the number for them to call in?
It's a Zoom
link.
I
dropped the Zoom link in the chat.
Oh, okay. All right.
And you can download by phone as well.
All right.
Thank you so much, Tiffany.
And I'll drop it in after I get off the phone. All right. Thank y'all.
No problem.
I do think people should be heard on this because one of the callers said, "Oh, all the old people are scared," and it's like I don't know if they really are because there are old people, there are grandparents. They know what's going on.
And they're still staying there in that house, and they could have moved maybe, but they're staying there because they feel at home. Now, my thing is, they're acting like people not calling the police is like we're some kind of crisis right now. I've never heard of people in Detroit are not calling police enough. That's never been a thing.
Yeah.
That'll be the only reason that somebody could justify this, and that is just not quite the issue.
Yeah.
911 workers here in Detroit are quite overwhelmed between Karens and actual issues that are happening. People,
I don't be calling the police. Y'all be calling the police?
And that's the thing, right?
I don't think I've ever called in Detroit before.
This is the point we haven't brought up, right? Isn't it like a crime to call 911 and there's nothing really wrong and have the police deploy?
It should be.
I won't say a crime, but isn't it wrong, right? Isn't it like wasting police's resources?
Yeah.
So now imagine how many more cases we'll have like this now if we install the spot shotter, the shot spotter. Let's just say all over Detroit, east side and west side, right? So now we got spot shotters every fucking where. And now, how many cases are we going to have that have people where we need the EMS or police or fire, and now they somewhere occupied by a false
walking around in circles looking for a shooter within 100 yards.
That didn't even happen.
A little boy then light off a pack of bombs, right?
Yeah. AK-47 on 7 Mile in Evergreen.
Y'all remember that scene on Home Alone 2 where he had them running in the hotel
off the fireworks?
They was crawling. It was a movie. It was fireworks in a movie, and they get down, everybody down. That sounds pretty on brand for this.
Oh, Jesus!
Wow, this is. Why don't people
think?
Why don't people do what's smart? Like, why don't people do what's smart? Why don't people use their brains? Like, it doesn't even sound smart. Like, just
why they don't use their brains? Because they rather use money.
I'll tell you, money's involved. When I tell you that Biden shit really just fucked me up because I knew it was something fishy.
It makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
That's how we got them islands in Illinois, right? Oh, you know what? Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not do that. My bad. You're right. Sorry.
And ShotSpotter has nerve to have a few bragging rights. If you go on their website, ShotSpotter.com, they have all these vague accomplishments that they've done for cities, like. In the first year, 29% reduction in gun violence in the first year of using spot shotter for Greenfield.
How do we know that that's them?
In what city?
Greenville, North Carolina.
Oh.
in Camden, New Jersey.
How do we know that that's because of their technology? It could be anything. The price of bullets could have gone up.
And they also said for the first year, does Greenville even still have your technology? If y'all go to their site, you're going to see a whole bunch of random facts about what it's done, these random things that it's done for people for certain cities.
Is it like a dialogue? You can ask questions. So they post in the first year this. Can I say, well, how they doing right now?
No, but you could probably go Google.
I can email the question in.
They're definitely not highlighting the cities that fired them.
Who fired them? You got the data?
Chicago fired them.
Get out of here.
San Antonio fired them.
Get them out of here.
And the one more city, Charlotte, fired them. Yeah, Charlotte said it definitely wasn't worth it.
I feel like if Chicago, if we being realistic when we're talking about the violence and things
Curbing the crime, right?
We're most
Chicago be ground zero for testing some shit.
I'm
like
about to say,
that. If they fired you, to say, get the hell out of here.
You gotta go.
We should really be following their lead.
Yes.
They seem like the experts.
And that's what Councilman Waters was saying. We cannot ignore the fucked up experiences that some of these cities have had because of Shot Spotter. Another stupid bragging right that Shot Spotter has is that they had a 4-minute reduction time in gunshot wound victim transport. So of the gunshot victims,
guys, you got there faster than 4 minutes faster than the last patient we had.
4 minutes faster than last time I got shot. Thank you for coming so fast. Like,
thank you, Spot Shotter.
Alex made a good point. So he said Texas said it's no good because that's the gun-toting state around this motherfucker.
Okay.
Texas do love their guns.
And shout out to Alex, girl. I was just reading a few articles of yours today on Metro Times today. We're gonna talk about
to her. I said, okay, sorry, Alex, but yeah, she said
she was here on our birthday. She did my birthday show.
I just read the name. I didn't look at the picture. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. And
I remember the birthday show. That was a good time.
What's up, Alex? Yeah.
What's up, Alex? And to make it clear, it's not Alexandria. It's just Alex.
It's just Alex.
So.
Is there more to her name than that? Listen, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Hey, Alex, good to see you.
Hey, Alex.
Thanks for tuning in.
So, that was a great conversation. Speaking of Detroit.
Oh, are you about to talk about them packages, them care packages that they was sending?
Who's sending them?
They was getting yays.
Oh yeah,
I thought
I was reading Alex's article today
I thought I
about
was a
that.
Detroit celebrity, and then I didn't get no yays, so I must not be important enough.
I was hoping that Cartier might have seen the show a few times. And
Thank you, have Marci on us.
Buff me up, but
that's okay. We have goals now.
Yeah.
We have goals.
And one of my goals is to get a pair of buffs. Okay,
because they was sending out the packages. That was nice of them.
Very nice. Cartier is acknowledging Detroit as a very important part of their brand because we're
influencers.
Detroit is an influencer. That we're an influencer city, okay?
Yes.
Influencing city. They sent a pair to Payroll Giovanni, DJ Killer, Lil Blade the rapper, and Philip Simpson, a mural artist around Detroit.
Okay.
Cartier says we recognize the influence.
Was it a couple more people?
Based on this article Alex wrote, it was just those 4. But I don't know if they sending out a whole bunch of $1,000 glasses out. You know what I'm saying? Buffs, they like $3,000 sometimes, aren't they?
You know I don't know.
You know that I don't know.
Listen, my sunglasses cost about $7 a pair because I'll be losing them.
Okay.
So, but shout out to them.
Yeah, Cartier said they recognize the influence Detroit has had on their eyewear over the years and how deeply rooted Cartier has become within the city's culture. It's like a uniform. I mean, people are putting them on to represent us. You know, remember when Kate came to the Pistons? He buffed up.
And that's like a badge of honor. I'm going to say they like to give.
Big Gretch got her pair.
It's Alex said it's about 7 people so far that got some buffs.
Some buffs. Okay, so they spent about 13 racks on this.
It's probably more. It's probably people that don't even be on social media for real. That's like,
I definitely had to look up who Philip Simpson was, and I'm going to get more into him.
Didn't he replace the whales? And everybody was like up in arms about that. His artwork replaced the whale that was on like the building, and that was like, it's been there for so long. You know, I just be reading headlines. I don't really be reading articles. I'd like to do my reading in the classroom.
I definitely have to get into him because his art did look pretty legit, pretty nice. He's on Instagram.
We have some good artists in Detroit.
It's like Detroit is just booming with art right now, and I was explaining that to somebody that what happens to cities after they go through a very, very rough time period. The creativity
A
and
renaissance, if you will.
a renaissance, if you will,
If you will.
begins to happen. So that's what we're seeing right now. It's like I don't have enough time to do everything downtown Detroit in one day. I mean, all the events in one day. It's so much going on. But I'm glad that Cartier, I hope this is only the beginning. I hope y'all come to the city, and spread a little more love around.
Do some good in the community.
Okay.
And Gucci probably should follow suit.
Y'all been to the Gucci store?
Yeah. I haven't been there. I can't afford to walk in.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It's
But-
no reason for
Probably
me to
cost
be down there.
$1,500.
Yeah, it's no reason for me to be down in there in those parts. But yeah, Gucci could follow suit.
And what should they give us?
Belts? I don't know.
Belts.
I don't know.
Give us all. You need to send out some Gucci belts.
Send the Gucci belts out. Send them out.
So, y'all know I work at the arena, and it was like a bunch of concerts last week.
You do not even be telling me like, yo, so and so is coming. You need to go get you a ticket.
See, Aaliyah is that friend
Yes.
that want a personal invite to everything.
Everything. Well, no, I just want you to tell me what food is going to be there. But I didn't.
Pizza and hot dogs and pretzels.
Okay, I do like pizza. First of all, why are you yelling at me? Second of all, I meant for the pop-ups. I just want to know what food is going to be there. But for the concerts, you be posting concerts and I be like, wow, I didn't even know that person was coming to town. And they usually be bangers.
Man, speaking of banger, I, in no fashion, expected Lizzo to do bad. I knew she was going to do a good-ass show.
Of course.
But when I say I'm impressed.
Really?
Now, I'm not a big concert goer, and ever since I worked at the arena, this is the most concerts I've ever been to in my life in this 1 year.
You're probably getting a lot of experience culture.
Yeah. The Who was there. I think yesterday I did Iron Maiden. I have no idea who that is. It's a heavy metal band.
Rock and roll,
Yeah, very, very loud.
Okay.
But Lizzo, Detroit showed up for Lizzo.
That's what's up.
They showed up, and I forgot that she was from here originally, even though she, reps Texas. But Detroit really did, really showed.
I didn't know she was from here.
Yeah, she was born here, and guess what? I served her family.
Really?
Yes.
They was nice, I'm sure.
They were very, very nice.
That's what's up.
Very, very nice.
So she's a performer.
She is a performer, and you know what? When she first came out, I thought she was gonna be like, one hit, few hits. She's not gonna
she's
stick.
got some hits.
She's doing a world tour right now,
Yeah.
and she is she's really putting up numbers.
That's
like,
what's up.
if we could fill up Little Caesars Arena,
Yeah.
Summer Walker couldn't do that. They had to cancel that mug and put it somewhere else. So, what I did notice about her, because I did Post Malone's concert too, I'm noticing that these artists they're valuing personal connection with their audience all over again.
I like that.
She pointed out individual people in the audience that she did not know, but she let them know, I noticed you. You in the red dress right here. I see
like
you over
that.
there. You wearing this sparkle. And people were losing their minds.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like, she really is inspiring motherfuckers.
What's up.
I'm plus size, but I got over that fact when I was very young. Not realizing that, it's people that's definitely older that probably definitely still need that pick me up. I have never seen that many fat motherfuckers in the arena.
That's what's up.
And ever.
Feeling good as hell. Looking
Feeling good as hell.
How the song go?
Feeling very good. In front of the arena, she had a big old blow up of an ass. Of an ass. With the thong on. It was about as big as 2 apartments.
Wow.
I wish I would have got a picture with it. And she had a few of the posters around
Mars
the arena.
with the arse. That would have been the cops down here.
Wow. Mars with the arse. See, I wish I would have
Missed
got a picture
opportunity.
of it.
Dang.
Yeah, next time.
Next time Lizzo's in town, we'll grab it.
She spoke so much life into her audience.
That's
I
what's
mean, everybody, you could tell that the people who are there probably ain't been out the house in a while,
Marci, what?
I don't know. I just feel like the people that were there, they don't get out
in a while.
No, but they came off of Lizzo.
Okay.
And it was a whole bunch of, it was mostly white people. Black folks be hating on Lizzo. They be hating on Lizzo sometimes.
No, I like Lizzo. Like where was this concert marketed? I didn't know she was coming to
That's
town.
very true.
So is it us? Is it her team? Like, when I hear her stuff, I love it. Like I respect her performance. I follow her on TikTok,
and I can't say that I go look for Lizzo music.
Yeah,
I can't say that.
I didn't know she was coming to town. I'm not gonna say I would have been there,
That
but
says a lot, right? For you to not have promotion for a concert at Little Caesars Arena and still have, right? 'Cause that means that she got, you know what I mean?
They promoting
that many
somewhere.
People on, I mean, just on her social media. If she put up the concert dates,
Yeah,
and
because we didn't see
Detroit
no
is on the tour.
posters nowhere, and that motherfucker packed out.
yeah.
People were in there losing their mind.
Did she play the flute?
When I say I wasn't sure, I'm like, anybody could pick up an instrument and do, but this was my first time actually hearing her play, and apparently there's a video out there of her playing classically somehow. But somebody mentioned, oh, she's classically trained. I was like, I don't know, I gotta hear that, you know. But when I heard her playing it, she really can play, and she pulled that thing out and she beat that damn flute. Okay,
Alex Washington said that Lizzo was a pop star.
literally a pop
Yeah, she
star.
is. She
Literally
is.
a pop star.
So that wouldn't be marketed necessarily to
You ghetto people,
okay.
Negroes.
Oh,
It wouldn't need to be. Like,
It wouldn't need
she
to
has her own. She has her own legion.
Yeah.
What they call in the cult following. So it's like
Yeah.
half of that stadium probably was motherfuckers who follow her coming from out of state
How about it?
that didn't even need it. She didn't need to promote in Detroit.
And it was all ages too. You had the drunk moms there. We never get away from our kids. We're out now. I want a tequila. Make it a double,
But see, then that's smart
Marci.
marketing
Yes,
too, because the
indeed.
thing is, if they didn't advertise it, that's a lot of money they saved, right?
How
so
about
it's about
it?
their marketing. That was whoever's behind
they was
her
able to put it on
marketing
an
is-
inflatable ass.
And I wanted to be like, you know, one of the dancers. But you know, I let her family know that, you know.
You plugged yourself. I like that.
Yeah, one of them follow me on Instagram.
Did they take your business card? Did you have your business card? Like, look.
I didn't have my card.
Oh man.
I just had her add me on Instagram.
Yeah.
They said I look like I'm in a family though.
Yep.
I could.
You
they
can be
said, come-
cousins.
That's what they said. They said, come to the family room. You look like you're related to us. I was like,
okay. And see that you should have went right there. You should have
You
been like, I
should
need
just
a
said,
break.
I quit. I'm on in
Yep.
the family
I'm
room.
going to the family room.
I would have had to quit because they definitely would probably fire me.
Oh,
Last
man.
employee that did that definitely got
Dang.
fired. Snuck into the rappers and
I'm gonna
shit.
tell you right now, I will leave my post for if Beyonce say, "Hey, come on down."
Oh, it's over.
I will risk my
Because
job
here's
for
the thing, this is
that.
the first thing I'm gonna say. Now, you know I'm probably gonna lose my job for this.
Do you have an opening?
But please,
Okay.
make it.
Do you
know what
need
I'm saying?
anyone to just go get your
I'm
coffee every
dedicated,
day?
yeah.
I'll do that.
I'm dedicated. Yes.
I'll do that. Wow.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
So,
don't lose your job going to the family room, but next time go to the family room.
next time I'm going to
You gotta have a friend on the ship that can come cover you for a minute while
You
you.
could have got an interview with
Slide
Lizzo.
out.
Okay, right? I really could have went, but once they had that badge on, they probably been like, "Get your black ass out of here."
Oh no!
So,
Oh no! We was just cousins. What happened? What happened?
so speaking of concerts, the baby is coming to Detroit, and he's very upset about his recent He's very upset about his recent numbers.
I'm
and
not a fan.
Have you seen the comments
I got a few comments right here.
Those
So
were funny.
under the post
Those were funny.
of the announcement of his concert?
It's
been
nothing
epic.
like a good
It's like, this
old-fashioned
dude,
roast.
You might not want to come.
I
brother.
love a roast.
might
Oh,
not
they
want
were.
they
was
roasted him
cooking that nigga.
terribly, and everybody was doing it. And first of all, I just want to say Detroit is one of the funniest places
Man.
Oh
on the
my
planet.
God.
So many comedians in this city alone.
So I gotta.
We funny.
Alex said the baby didn't sell. Okay.
See what I'm saying? We
Oh,
funny.
we funny as fuck. I wrote down a few comments that were just kind of like,
Okay, lay them on me. Go ahead.
somebody said they couldn't go because they were going to be washing their hair that night.
Oh man, you know, hair day is a
It
process.
was a wash day.
On wash day, it gets serious.
They said have it at floods. You might as well have it at floods.
Don't do that to floods.
Ah!
I like floods. I haven't been in a while, but I like floods. Don't send them there.
Somebody said they can't come because they gotta walk their grandma's goldfish.
Either way, I'm not coming to your concert, dog. It doesn't matter what's going on in this world. I won't be there. I gotta walk the goldfish.
Oh my
Somebody
God.
said I had 2 tickets on my car seat. Somebody broke in my car and left 2 more.
Oh. Like, I don't want them either.
Somebody Somebody said, if I'm off that night, but if he coming, I'm gonna call in to work that night.
You know what? Did y'all need any extra help?
Y'all need
I can pick up something if y'all needed somebody to cover anything.
people doing extra
Now,
shit.
where was he supposed to be at? Or is he still coming?
This is the Fillmore.
The Fillmore, I believe.
I don't think I've ever been there. Have I been there? Where is that at?
I've never been to
I
the
be in the
Fillmore.
house. Y'all know I don't go nowhere.
They're
The
saying
Fillmore would not be filled. We call it feel less. It's not gonna be filled that night.
well, not gonna be filled that
Feel
night.
less.
It's not gonna be filled.
Oh.
Lord have mercy. So is he still gonna come, or they just?
You know what? I guess he's still gonna come. But I mean, based on those comments, I mean, come on. I would cancel it if I was home.
I would like to go just to see the people that's not going. Like, I just want to see how it's like not
How
aligned.
easy it is and shit. Like,
Yeah, I just want to see how it's not aligned.
I might ride past it that
Yeah,
night.
just
to
drive
see.
by there just to see. Like, dang, it's a concert going on here right now. Really?
Somebody said,
now
where
the
is
thing, you're gonna ride by and he gonna be performing outside the Fillmore. That's what's gonna happen.
with
He gonna
those
be
people
outside the
with the
door.
drums on the street, like those people
Yeah.
that perform
Yeah.
outside?
I like those drummers. You talking about the people that be outside the concerts?
It'd
At
be
the end
better
of
than
the
the
night?
baby concert.
Okay,
They be turned on them little drum buckets.
absolutely. Somebody said, "Where's Trick Trick? You need to stop this at the gate."
Did he get his credentials? Don't they say you need a hard pass to be going places? Isn't the Trick the one that you get the hard pass from?
The baby, please call Trick Trick and see if you have permission. Because
Because I
at
don't
this
know.
point,
I don't want it to go bad for a little buddy.
and lastly, somebody
This is
said
not his first time here though, so I mean,
it's not.
But it's his first time since everything kind of spiraled downward for him.
Yeah, he turned a lot of people off. Motherfuckers
Yeah.
saying they gotta tie their shoes that night. They're not coming. 'cause they gotta tie their shoes. So
Hey, how do y'all tie y'all shoes? Loop, swoop, and pull, or bunny ears?
bunny ears. I just learned how to do the loop and wrap around.
The loop, swoop, and pull? You just
yeah.
learned that?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
That's wild. What you do? Why you looking at me like that?
because
You
what
mad?
the fuck is loop, swoop, and pull?
Just
you,
the one
you,
loop
you
and then
loop it, and then you swoop it, and then you pull it through. That's the way that I learned how to tie my shoe. You make a loop, then you swoop
And then push it through.
Pull it through, loop, swoop, and pull.
But I used to usually do double bunny ears. And then you just tie the bunny ears.
Conceptually, I don't really understand how bunny ears work.
That's the
I'ma have
only way to
practice
do it.
Bunny ears?
That's up for
That's the
debate.
only way
Guys,
to do
can
it.
y'all tap in real quick? What do y'all do? Loop, swoop, and
What
pull,
in
or
the fuck
bunny
is
ears?
a loop, swoop, and
I'm
pull?
gonna show
So
you.
mean
Yep,
just-
I'm gonna show you.
So like a lasso, like
No,
what you do when you.
I'm saying I loop it, I swoop it. I'm gonna show you. Don't look down. Don't look down. My shoes is not tied right now. They just kind of.
The great debate. What is the proper way to tie them? Well, whichever's
There's only
easiest.
one way to tie your shoe.
There's
man.
not.
Well, I'll
Open
show
your
you.
mind.
Right now I got on
I
grandpa
know there's
loafers, but
more
I'll
than
show
one
you.
way to lace your shoe. I lace
See?
my shoes kind of crazy.
Grad life,
sometimes,
Nina.
but-
Loop, swoop, and pull. Thank you.
Okay, Nina.
I'm
That
just
Ely.
saying.
That's Brittany.
Loop, swoop, and pull.
So, speaking of loop,
What in the hell is this?
I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you when the camera.
YouTube.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
and then last but not least, I just don't want to go. I don't want to spend too much time on y'all boy. But speaking of loopy, your boy Kanye has lost it officially. over and over again. And so Kanika just wanted me to touch on this. Do y'all think he's being intentional or or
I think he's reached a point where no matter, like, damn near anything he do can be lucrative. He will say something,
Yeah.
and put it on a T-shirt.
It's profitable.
And it can become profitable. So, like,
And that
anything he
sucks.
does, right? But see, that's what we do. These are the people that we created, though. We made them that.
we fed into a lot of shit.
Alex
So he
said
just-
that Kanye is the Kardashians' karma,
And
and
it
I think that that's pretty spot on.
Cause they can't control him.
Man,
They're trying to.
they trying so hard.
Shut up. They can't get him to shut up. So he's thoroughly embarrassing them, and I love it.
Yeah,
I
'Cause
love it.
I'll be honest, I'm not really paying attention to Kanye. Like, I've had to stop. I had to stop because it's like, bro, what are you doing? So yeah, he's got the whites up in arms. I agree that
He finally pissed off the whites
yeah.
with his anti-Semitic tweets, and the Twitter got him off.
He's
Twitter.
banned?
Yeah, he's
they
banned on Twitter and
he's
I
on-
think Instagram.
they locked his account.
Wow.
I don't know if he's back on Twitter, but IG definitely got rid of him, and he posted a picture of him and Mark Zuckerberg like you was my nigga. How you gonna block me off IG?
I have a controversial statement to make.
I like to hear it.
I will probably miss Kanye's social media, similarly to how I missed
Donald Trump.
Man. Like, I wasn't like paying attention, but this shit would be like, wow, he's motherfucking serious. Like,
I miss being wild and
yes,
flabbergasted.
But whatever, like, I'm gonna miss Kanye the same way I missed the Trump. Like, it was just exciting. It was like, this can't be for real. And I know other people were looking at us like America's so in shambles, which we are, but it was just entertaining.
Well, we're gonna pick up on that on the next show, maybe, if he's worth my energy.
I don't want to talk about Kanye.
Okay, so we're never talking about him again. Like Alex said, no black person is actually following extensively.
Give him,
he's the white's problem.
Give him over.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. It was an awesome conversation.
In.
Thanks to Tiffany. Thanks Nancy. Thanks Michelle. Thanks everybody who chimed in.
And make sure y'all hit that rally tomorrow. Tune in, zoom in, call in, show up.
Call city council tomorrow and let them know no to Shot Spotter. It's bullshit. Y'all have a great evening.
Bye.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.